6 a.m.
Okay, Rocky, relax.
6 a.m.
Just running up
2 raw eggs, a little Tabasco sauce, put my running shoes on, my hoodie, and I go get the mail.
Oh, look at you, man, wearing a hood today.
Yeah, it's early.
And I'm not an early guy.
Throws us off our game.
I'm not an early guy. Whoa.
You're not an early guy?
No.
You know what?
If you could choose a prime time to wake up every day, what would it be?
6 a.m.
Okay, Rocky, relax.
6 a.m.
Just running up
2 raw eggs, a little Tabasco sauce,
You just drink them raw out of a cup?
put my running shoes on, and I go get the mail.
Oh, look at you, man, wearing a hoodie today.
Well, that's my new one.
Oh, well, look at you. You got drip, Joe.
Is that a new word?
That's your word for today is drip.
Drip?
Yep.
That doesn't, when the coffee percolates, it drips?
No.
That's not drip.
You got drip means you got swag. You got swagger.
Swag.
If I could choose to get up early
Yes.
every day at a certain time, 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
The whole day's done.
No, the whole day is not done.
Now, my ideal is 6 in the summertime.
Oh boy.
In the wintertime, 8 o'clock.
I don't know why you'd want to be up at 6. There ain't nothing going on.
Go in early, get out early.
Jake Gyllenhaal,
What about him?
Roadhouse 2.
No.
They're making
They
a
announced
sequel.
it?
They're making a sequel.
They did.
Yeah, they announced it yesterday.
Oh, because the first one was so good, it went.
It was okay. The first one was like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
A little funny.
But yeah, number 2's in the works.
I'm going to ask you the question, but I already know the answer.
Oh,
You didn't
no.
see Face Off last night.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I should have texted you.
I turned it on.
Yes.
Turned it on.
Okay.
Started watching it.
And?
I got 5 minutes in,
Yeah.
and I was like, "This movie looks old," and I turned it off.
Well, it's 1997. I told
It
you.
is. I didn't realize it was 97.
Damn.
Dude, it looks like I'm watching a documentary in the 60s.
If it wasn't good, I wouldn't stare you that way.
Oh man, you just called a Nicolas Cage movie good.
5 minutes? At least you should have gave it like 15, 20. You would have gotten the story.
I'll watch it again.
You're
I'll
just
watch it
like
again.
opening scene. That was the only thing you're doing.
I'll watch it again. You know, there's only one. No, okay. There's only 2 good Nicolas Cage movies that I know of. You can't name
Me?
the top 2 best Nicolas Cage movies.
Well, what are you going to go with? You're going to go with Con Air?
Con Air's number
and
1.
The
Let's
Rock?
be on. Oh, I forgot about The Rock, but no, I don't think The Rock's as good
The great
as
Sean Connery?
Gone in 60 Seconds. Have you never seen Gone in 60
I
Seconds?
saw Gone in 60 Seconds. Yeah.
I think Con Air and Gone in 60 Seconds is his best movies. That was it.
Okay.
I forgot about The Rock though.
The Rock those were good. 3. Aw, man, you got to see Face Off there. That's up there. I'm disappointed in your cinematography.
That's dang 97 though, man. Oh,
I'm telling you, it's a good movie.
new Creed too. They're making that new Creed. That new Creed's gonna have a trailer soon.
Is it Creed 4?
Creed is
3.
it 4? No, it's 4. I think
3
there's
or 4? I think
no,
it's 4. 3 or 4?
It's 4.
Is it 4?
Creed 4.
Yeah, because the first 2 was with Stallone, and
And
then
I think
he
they're
did his 3rd
making-
one, and now the 4th. Man, they dragging that one on.
They're using some. They're using some. I guess some storyline from the new Rocky. They're gonna like be.
What is it, Rocky 8 or 9? I lost track.
Are you sad they're making a new Rocky? Or
I mean, you know, nothing like I see an 80-year-old guy box.
Rocky's Rocky, man.
Some of these actors should know when their prime's done.
Man, Rocky 8.
Who could imagine?
Dude built an empire out of the Rocky movies.
Might as well just keep going with it. Do like Rocky 28.
What do you think was better, his Rocky series or his Rambo series?
Oh, Rocky.
You think so?
Well, the first 2 were good. First one won Academy Award. 77, 78.
Rocky?
Yeah.
Man.
It was one of his directorial debuts. Second one, I mean, it took it to the next level, rematch with the Great Apollo Creed. Third one, well, it got a little far-fetched with Mr. T.
Oh,
Glubber Lane.
yeah.
Boo. Fourth one was just way out there with Russia and training.
Wait, that was when he fought the big Russian?
Number 4.
You sure?
Yeah, it was Rocky 4.
5.
5 was with
That young
Tommy. What was his name?
The young guy who was training, right?
Tommy.
How do you remember his name? It's
His
impressive.
name was Tommy. He was a real Morrison. He was a real fighter.
Oh, was he really?
Back then, he was a real fighter, Tommy Morrison. And then the sixth one, I believe, what was the sixth one? It was called Balboa.
Oh yeah. Balboa.
And it kind of looked like they were going to wrap things up. His wife
They
had
should've.
passed on. He had the restaurant. Kind of made peace. Like that was it.
Right there, it was the perfect pass off to Creed, and they did.
And then boom, 7 was Creed.
Yeah, Creed came in.
Creed came in 7.
And we were fine with that.
And it was like, okay, this young kid, Apollo's son, this is good. But then Creed started taking off. Obviously, they're making a 4th one. And now they're going to Rocky 7, but out of the trilogy, probably what, 11, 12?
Yeah.
I mean, would you consider the Creed part of the trilogy?
Nah, it was the first. At least
two.
the first 1 or 2 were. Sylvester Stallone was in there.
Right.
And then he had beef with the directors, and they split up. And then Creed 3 had a way different storyline than it was supposed to.
Right.
They ruined it. And we could have had the Rocky era forever.
It could have been wrapped up. Yeah.
And then Creed could have passed it to his daughter. Man,
It could have been for generations.
It could have been for generations, but who knows? Maybe this next Creed, because it did say they're going to bounce off some of the off the new Rocky movie. Maybe they fix it.
Let me ask you this: how long do you think they should wait between sequels or part 2s of a movie? Like Marvel's, like Marvel 1, Marvel 2. You know what I mean? Where you got the continuation,
to be honest,
not the spinoff, the continuation.
For a person like me,
yes,
I love the movie. Like, say it was Rocky 1 that came out, and I wanted Rocky 2.
Right.
Man, a year.
So you think a year is
good?
A
year. Pump out a movie a year. I get it.
So boom, Roadhouse came out a year from there, and boom, get your 2 out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything
get it. Over that, okay.
2, 3 years, 4 years later, dude, you've lost me. I don't even know what I don't even know what the first one was about anymore.
You're pretty much out of tune. I would agree.
Don't get me started on
a year is good.
Don't get me started on Avatar. Remember Avatar?
Avatar is slated for every 5 years.
What do you mean? It was like 15. How many years was it?
I don't know.
I think it was 14 years or something like that.
Oh, between the first and the second? Yeah. They're slated to come out every 4 or 5 years now.
Dude,
I think the last one's going to be in 2032.
You know what's crazy? From the book, from the first, the first one, from the first one to the second one, it was like a 14 or 15 year gap in the book.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Was he trying to copy the book? What was he doing?
I believe he did, yeah.
Man, we want the movie.
I think within, I would have to agree, within a year. Like, every year you want to do them, that's great.
When Marvel was cranking movies out, oh, man.
That was too
Iron
much.
Man. No.
They killed it. They overdid it.
No. After they did the whole Thanos series, after that, then it went downhill. It went downhill.
Well, yeah, because then they all try to resurface again with their own movies.
Everyone was dying, and they lost people. But when it was in its prime, when it was coming out, man, the Black Panther movies, the Iron Man movies, the Thor movies, all these movies, Spider-Man, and then boom, they made them all into the same. Oh,
man, that was it.
Man, you know how much money they've had to? Man, how much budget they needed for those Marvel movies when they had all those actors together?
Yeah,
because those people getting paid millions.
Right, that was a big budget, but you know what? They made a big banking.
I was excited getting to the movie theater.
I agree too.
That was some of the best. And then after Thanos, it was done. It was like the worst.
The Marvels never really took off.
Oh.
They had the Lady Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what did they do?
This is why
Ant-Man 2 or 3. Yes. Boy, that was really the quantum thing was just bizarre.
But that introduced was supposed to be the new that Kang guy. He was supposed to be the new villain like Thanos, where they're gonna make all kinds of movies and mash them up like that.
Yeah, they really they rode that thing. All the ones. Yeah. Captain America, Iron Man.
I really wish DC could have got their ducks in a row. And
they just didn't have the right people.
With the Justice League.
They could have had it. They could have had it.
It was just so bad. I don't know who was giving them these ideas.
Yeah, they just didn't They didn't have the right people on track. But you're right. They have so many great characters.
Oh, that Batman, Flash, Superman. Wonder Woman.
The first one was good. The 80s thing I didn't understand.
Aquaman. And
what about Venom? Venom was part of DC, right?
Venom's Marvel.
Oh, Venom's Marvel.
Yeah, I thought him and Spider-Man were making a movie. Tom Hardy and the other dude.
Now, Spider-Man technically is DC.
No, Spider-Man's what?
I thought it was
Did you bump your head?
DC.
Spider-Man's Marvel.
Oh, never mind. Sony owns them. That's right. I forgot.
They used to.
They-
Disney
did-
bought him.
did
Disney
they?
bought him
They
back.
finally got it?
He's back in the. Yeah, that's why they.
Oh,
That's why they
okay.
relaunched it.
Gotcha.
You go on an adventure
I played
looking
Pac-Man, Donkey Kong,
Oh,
Asteroids.
Look at you. What was the last game you remember playing?
Me?
Like that you were like actually into?
Oh, Donkey Kong.
Wow. On the 64 or what?
On the Atari.
Whoa.
The original Atari.
Gosh.
What are you talking about?
They had Donkey Kong in that thing?
Yeah, I mean, we skipped school for that once. Got in trouble.
Oh
Donkey
my
Kong
goodness.
came out. Donkey Kong came out. Ooh, that was the game.
Man. Earliest system I ever played is the Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis.
The Sega Genesis.
You know, you can still buy the Atari with all the games for
buy
like
them all.
$60.
You know, you could turn your phone into an Atari.
Really?
Yeah, you
just download the
all you
app.
have to download an app. You know,
Mind-blowing.
those games were like 10 kilobytes. They don't. It really took no space.
It wasn't 10. It was 8. 8 kilobytes.
I forgot. Someone took all the Sega Genesis games
And made it into the app?
Wait. All
Really?
the Sega Genesis
How
games.
am I just finding out about
They
this?
took all the Sega games, all the Nintendo games,
Yes.
and all the Atari games,
Okay.
and they fit them on one little flash card in our day now. That's how.
They created an app of it?
No, I'm just saying that's
Oh.
how much space. Like there
yeah,
weren't even.
yeah,
That's how much the files, how big they were.
That wasn't very much.
No, but you could download an app and you play them on your phone. All the
Huh.
games from the past. Now we put headsets on, Joe. Boom.
Now it's... Hey,
Oculus.
honestly, now,
We're
because
gone.
my son plays it...
Oh,
What was that?
I don't know what that was.
Ooh.
Was that a skunk crossing the road?
Oh, man, we're just running into all sorts of
That was a
critters lately.
skunk.
Was it?
I think so. He was moseying.
I thought it was a shoe.
That,
Man, we saw a rat yesterday and a skunk today.
that's it. We're done. This city's done. We're done.
They're moving to Elk Grove.
They're loading up.
They're loading up.
But the games today, man.
The games today, I have to admit, are just... They look like movies. They look
Oh,
like 4K movies.
brother.
The characters and just the visual aspect.
Yeah, I'll tell you. You get to put a headset on it.
Ah.
Boom. You're in the game.
You are.
You ever watch that Ready Player One movie? Ready Player Two?
I want to. It always shows up once in a
Oh
while.
my goodness. That's one of the greats.
Really?
That's a good movie, man.
Ready Player One. I'll have to tune into it.
It has all the video game characters in there, man. You'll
Does it?
like it, even the old ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to take a look at that. Ready Player One. It's a long movie though, isn't it?
You never know, man. That is how our future could be.
Oh, you mean Ready Player One?
That movie, I'm not joking.
Really? Kind of makes you ask some questions. Huh?
Yeah, there's too many similarities right now. Oh, you know about Family Guy?
Family Guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Family Guy was legendary.
Family Guy was the next level.
And then you had American Dad after that.
American Dad, yeah.
American Dad was decent. It just wasn't Family Guy level.
Uh,
Hey, what would you say is the top sitcom of all time?
as far as my personal like, or just like television ratings and people tuning in?
And like you personally.
Me personally, man, I'm gonna take it way back. I enjoy Three's Company.
Whoa.
I
That's
enjoyed
way
that
back.
Three's Company. I mean, this was huge. We're talking 1977, 1978.
Okay, yeah, you've lost
Two
me.
girls, one guy moving into an apartment. It was scandalous.
Three's Company.
Three's Company with John Ritter. I'll take it way back.
Seinfeld.
That's probably got to be on that.
Seinfeld, man.
Seinfeld, Friends.
Seinfeld got me through my childhood.
What was the other one? Will and Grace was super popular.
Will and Grace.
Those guys were getting paid $1 million an episode at one
Holy
point.
smokes. That was like
Will
a
and
little
Grace.
later, though. It wasn't in the 90s. I think that was early 2000s, was it? Or was it 90s?
Will and Grace was 90s, late 90s, yeah. So the thing today is it's difficult to have long-term sitcoms.
TV stars are done.
1, 2, maybe 3 seasons, 4 if you're super lucky, but nothing
T-
runs 8 to 10 seasons anymore.
I would say TV shows on like CBS, NBC,
Yeah.
like those
On
shows
average.
they're not even, are they even being watched anymore?
Yeah, people watch them.
It's more of like the streaming on Amazon,
Yeah.
Netflix, and Hulu,
Oh, yeah, those
where they're
shows.
making those TV shows.
Like
That's where,
Suits and all
yeah.
that, yeah.
But no, Seinfeld
Yeah,
was up there
Seinfeld?
for me.
Okay.
I watched Friends recently in the last 5 years
Friends
for the
is
first
a classic.
time. But maybe last 3-4 years for the first time.
Okay.
And Friends is actually pretty decent.
I'm trying to get into the maple syrup business.
If you were gonna do anything, okay, hold on.
Business?
Here's a good. If you were gonna do, wait, no. If you were gonna do anything illegal to make money, what would you do? Like a crime.
Illegal?
Yeah, you had.
Yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna post that.
No, I'm just serious. If you were gonna do
export 100% pure maple syrup from Canada,
that's
55-gallon drums.
Wow.
Over the Canadian-U.S. border. I'd be the maple syrup kingpin.
You'd be the plug.
I had my own cartel.
I'd have to rob banks with a note.
Oh,
With a note.
that's old.
It's so old they won't even expect it.
I know.
Hey, but you were serious. You really can't bring maple syrup from Canada to here?
Oh yeah, it's controlled.
But we have maple syrup here in the States.
That's fake.
Really?
It's imitation. You heard of the 80s with the cocaine cowboys? Well, we got the maple syrup cowboys now. Man. It's all about maple syrup. You ever have 100% pure maple syrup? It's gonna change your world, man.
The 80s, the cocaine era, man. I wonder how many people got away. Because a lot of people got caught.
A lot of people got caught. A lot of people got
towards
dead.
the end of the 80s, 90s. Yeah. A lot of people died. But I wonder how many people are just like, they got away. They got away from it, and right now they're just sitting on millions. I still want to go. If I had the opportunity, go to, where was Pablo Escobar at?
Colombia.
Colombia. You know he buried money across the entire country?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I'm talking about millions.
They haven't found it.
No, they have not found it all.
I believe it.
Buried bags and cases and boxes of money because he didn't know what to do with it, so he was burying it just across the country.
You ever see that documentary? I'm sure you've seen the documentary.
Oh, the documentary and the show. Have you seen the show? The remake they made with those guys?
Was that Narcos?
Narcos.
Yeah. That's the show?
Oh,
Narcos.
Man, don't get me started on Narcos.
Narcos.
Oh, that
That's
was the show.
Yeah. No, I've seen the documentaries. Up until the U.S. government worked with his nemesis to try to get rid of him. It was a mess.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
You know what the other good show is? Snow.
Oh, Snow.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Talking about the rise of drugs and kingpins. Oh.
That ended, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It actually ended at a perfect time and a good ending. And it didn't overstay too long. It was that show was perfect. Ask you a question. You say you're not a drama queen.
No.
What about when you go to hotels? If your room's not cleaned up, you go out somewhere, your room doesn't get cleaned up. What are you gonna say something?
I might ask them a simple question, as were they like short-staffed, or
so you're hinting that your room.
Yeah,
wasn't
I
clean.
wouldn't be like, well, why wasn't my room cleaned? I'd be like, hey, are you guys short-staffed by chance? Because the room I would subtly. I wouldn't be. How would you do it?
I wouldn't even say anything.
You would just let it go? You think it's rude to do that?
I don't think it's rude, but for me,
okay,
I don't care. If I was the one in my room previously, and it looks the same as when I left it, then big deal. I'm gonna jump in the same bed and go to sleep.
You're okay with it?
Yeah, but if I was just checking in and I walked into the room and it was it was already used, like
you would still jump in it.
There's a dude laying on the countertop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. You'd be like, Okay, so it's not a big deal for you.
No,
okay.
It's not a big deal.
All right. For some folks, it is. You know, they figure, well, we pay for the service. They like to come back. But other folks, like you said, if you're the one that was there, just ask for extra towels. No big deal.
I used to work at the hotel.
They'd ask for towels all the time?
Dude, oh my goodness. You wanna see the worst side of people, and you wanna really be annoyed of people, and just be done with them, then work at a hotel.
Really?
Oh, the most. I worked at a decent hotel. It was near the beach.
Silly.
So of course,
extra towels, please.
If it's near the beach, you're gonna have the bougie people.
Okay.
So it was, dude. There's a lint on my bed. I need a new room. Like, excuse me?
God.
They ask for everything. What do you need 12 towels for? What do you need 12 towels? There's 2 of you in the room. What's happening?
12 towels. Maybe they take shower 3 times a day.
Let me tell you this. I have some horror stories from the hotel.
Ooh.
There was a guy.
Yeah, tell me. Give me one.
There was a guy who either died or committed suicide.
Oh.
I don't know which one it was.
That's bad.
But the night before he was found dead, in the morning, the night before, he came to the lobby and I was in there. And he brought me a cell phone. And he said, hey, I think someone dropped their cell phone. They lost it. And left it on the counter. I was like, okay, cool. I'll put it in lost and found, whatever. Someone will come looking for it. Took the cell phone, touched it, and the screen turned on, and it was a picture of him. So I was like, wait a second. He's already out the lobby. So I was like, hold on a second. So I call this dude's room. He doesn't answer the phone. I go knock on the door. He doesn't answer the door. I'm like, okay. So I just take it back to the lobby, leave it there for the morning. When I see him, I'll give it back to him. Next morning, knock on his door because they were trying to clean his room. No response. Did it again an hour later. No response. And then finally it was like past his checkout time. So they're like, this dude's not getting out of his room. So the housekeepers opened the door with a key.
Oh, the mess.
And he was laid out on the bed, dead. Yeah, and the phone I had, I gave it to the police. It was his phone.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
And you told him that, hey, he came in the lobby, the phone, I didn't know what was going on.
And I don't know the way he died. They didn't tell us the way he died.
Right.
They just said he passed and, didn't give us all the details. But, I mean, for someone to leave his cell phone there was a trip.
Suicide.
It was a trip. What about you, Joe? 30 years in the grocery store. Any weird
riff-raff in the bathrooms?
Anything. Just
people using it as their own personal bathrooms?
The craziest story. What do you got?
Craziest story. Worked at this one store. They found somebody who was dead in the bathroom. It wasn't on my shift.
Whoa.
Apparently they had a stroke, something, whatever it was. They didn't find them until after the fact.
Whew.
Like I said, a lot of riff-raff.
Do you use public restrooms?
I try not to.
You just won't do it?
I mean, if I have to go, I go, but I don't go out of my way to
like
use
if you're about to crap your pants,
you gotta go. Okay. But I don't be like, you know what, I gotta go. You know what, never mind. I'll just go to the store when I get there.
Yeah. Nah. I'm not I don't like using public restrooms unless I absolutely have to.
Unless you have to.
Unless I absolutely, restrooms are so disgusting, dude.
Some people just wait to go to work, clock in, and then go to use the bathroom.
That's an extra break. A little 15, 20-minute deuce, man. Makes that 8 hours go by quick.
Yeah. Schnitzel.
Remember David, how long he'd be in the bathroom?
I don't know what he was doing in that bathroom. I know he would take a bottle of Clorox with him.
Yeah, this guy we worked with, he
disinfected. Probably waited for the disinfection to go away.
He had his own little bottle in a drawer he kept.
Yep.
When you knew he was going to go take a dump, because he'd get the bottle, a little Clorox spray bottle, and he'd go to the bathroom. I think he'd clean his toilet before he used it.
I think so.
So if he cleaned it, I think he felt, if he cleaned it, I'm going to stay in here as long as I want.
And that's what he did.
Gas station bathrooms, ugh.
Oh, don't get me started on those.
Gas station
You might as well just go find a tree or something. No offense.
Bathrooms at the beach.
Oh, man. You're talking about, the truck stop restrooms are the worst, too.
I don't know. Some truck stop restrooms, because they know they're truck stops, they clean them.
Yeah.
They keep them clean and looking nice.
Gas station bathrooms.
But gas station bathrooms.
Oh, my God.
Grocery store bathrooms. Anywhere anybody works, employees should have their own restroom, hands down.
Yeah.
I think that should be a law. The employer has to provide employee restrooms.
Because these
public people, man, they just be doing some crazy stuff in the bathroom. Remember that time? Were you there in the morning when I opened? One of the service specialists it was a customer, came up and was like, something happened in your guys' restroom. Some dude told me, and I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, you got to go see it. 6 in the morning. It was like 6:15. We opened at 6.
They smeared it with poop.
No. Worse.
Oh.
I go in the men's restroom and just nothing but blood.
What
all over the toilet.
Heck?
All over the toilet. All over the floor. I'm talking like not even a little bit of blood. A lot of blood. It was bad. It was pretty bad.
Nobody was in there?
No. Dude, we opened at 6 and it was at like 6:20. The customer came up and told me. I was like, maybe it was him.
Maybe it was.
Dude, blew his insides out, man. It was. What's the worst excuse you ever heard for someone calling in sick? Oh.
My favorite one was the whole COVID situation. you would get somebody we would work with would get COVID every week.
Oh, that was some employees that had COVID 4 times.
Oh, I got COVID.
6 months.
Week off, come back. I got COVID again.
So the way it worked at our job is where we used to work at the grocery store is if you got COVID, like by law, you had to get off for 14 days with pay. Am I wrong? With pay.
With pay, that is correct.
With pay.
Yeah.
So you could imagine
the people that used it. And then we'll kick it up another level. If you were just in contact with anybody who had COVID. So the excuse was, hey, my daughter's friend had COVID. Oh, stay home 14 days.
Oh, and that was the best. Once they found out, all you had to do was be in contact with somebody.
Yep.
That was probably the best excuse to use because you don't feel the guilt of going, oh, hey, I can come in, but my mom, she's got COVID, and I was just around her. I can come in, though, if you want me to come in. And, the bosses couldn't say, all right, just come in. But
ridiculous.
Dude, 2 weeks with pay, like,
they used it.
Everybody
used it.
It was bad.
And then there was folks who legitimately had it, but yet they got called out on it.
Yeah. There was people that were, like, legit sick, at home, struggling.
I'll give you an example. That person was me. I went on a week vacation. I come back Saturday. I'm supposed to report to work on Monday. I didn't feel so good. I took a test. I tested positive. So I contacted my store director to tell him about the COVID. In the background of talking to my boss is yours truly, Joel, going, hey, Joe, I know, hey, enjoy another week vacation. Don't worry about it. And I legitimately had COVID. Talk about feeling bad. But that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Those were jokes. First off, those 3 years I known you there, you never called in. So
that's
I knew.
True.
I knew you actually were sick.
One time with my knee, but then you saw I was suffering with my knee at the time.
I knew you were actually sick. You were struggling. There's no way you would have called in. You were always at work.
The one time I pulled it over on you was at Disneyland. I told you I was going to Midwest for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you got us there.
You're like, oh, you go Midwest, go see your family on Thanksgiving. It's fine. I'll work it.
So you said you were going to Midwest somewhere, visit your in-law. Was it your in-laws?
Yeah.
And Stelly was sitting there with our boss. He was sitting there with me. He's like, there's no way Joe's in the Midwest. I promise you. He was telling him to send you a picture. So Joe sends us a picture, and Stelly looks at the picture and goes, that's Disneyland. I could tell by the background.
It was a forestry place. Apparently, I didn't take a very good selfie.
You didn't take a good incognito picture.
Dang. Got called out.
You could see the background.
I was
at
Disney for Thanksgiving that year.
No. You seemed a little too happy to be at work sometimes. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
You show up with your little lunch pail, whistling, clocking in.
Always clocked in early.
10 minutes early every single day.
Always clocked out early.
I was skidding in the parking lot 1 minute till clock in. I was trying to get there. I didn't like being late, but man, I'm not going to be 10, 15 minutes early.
Always clocked in early. That's if I owned a gym. And you know what would be the kicker if I owned a gym? If I owned a donut shop next to it.
Oh.
Wouldn't you want to reward yourself with a nice pastry when you got out from working out?
That's a good idea. Put a donut shop next to a gym.
What are you gonna do? A smoothie shop?
No, yeah. Smoothie shops are done. They're next to every gym. Do a donut shop.
That's what I mean.
And make protein donuts. Done.
Protein donut. Oh.
Protein donuts.
Maybe you can have one before your workout.
I've never heard of a protein donut. That's it. We're geniuses.
Done.
We made it. We've made it.
J&Jcarpool is gonna be starting a new line of donuts.
Protein donuts.
Yep.
We're gonna call them Pro-Nuts. Or maybe Bro-Nuts for all the protein heads.
How about Brother Nuts?
Okay. Yeah, we're not selling anything with Brother Nuts.
Oh, okay. Oh. Why don't I just hold it? People hold it. I see them all the time.
You can do that if you like.
I think I will. I like it.
You would rather... No, because then your voice is going to be louder than my voice. Clip it on. Clip it on. I'm done with you. You know what? Whatever I'm paying you, dock it. Docking it.
You pay me peanuts.
Oh, that's right.